my friends. Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Today, we're going to talk about Killers of the Flower Moon. Just came out this past Friday. Uh, so it came out in 2023, directed by the incomparable Martin Scorsese. Does this man make a bad movie? I haven't seen one. Well, Shutter Island. That was pretty terrible. That's the only one that I know that isn't any good by him, and a lot of people like it. I just didn't care for it. So let's talk about Killers of the Flower Moon, shall we? Um, so it was. I went and saw this at 9:40 a.m. Okay, let's talk about the length to start things off with. If you have ADD or you have a problem sitting through long movies without breaks, you probably want to wait for this one at home because this clocks in at like 3 hours and 32 minutes, I think, and it doesn't feel 3 hours, but it definitely is long. I had to use the restroom a couple times. Luckily, this movie is paced well enough to where if you do have to get up and use the restroom, you can go, come back, and you haven't missed a whole lot. You know what I mean? Because it moves at a good pace, just not a fast pace. Um, so the length may be an issue for some. The content of the story is where what we're really looking at, though, right? Not we don't care about length. We care about is the movie good or not. So let's get into that. Yes, the movie is great. We get Marty and Leo and DiCaprio. Or I'm sorry, we get Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Robert De Niro all together in one movie. I mean, think of the movies that Scorsese has made with De Niro that are top shelf. Some of the greatest films in American cinema history. Think about some of the films that Scorsese's made with DiCaprio. Also, excellent examples of American cinema. So for both of these actors to get together with this, legendary director and make this film is incredible. Their performances are great. But let's talk about the real star of the film. We all expect Bobby De Niro. We expect him to be good. He's a legendary actor. We expect greatness from him. Same with Leonardo DiCaprio. When we watch a Leonardo DiCaprio movie, we're expecting, you know, stellar performances, perhaps transcendental performances. You know what I mean? That's what we're expecting. But the real star of this movie is Lily Gladstone, the Native American woman who is the lead, the female lead to DiCaprio's character Ernest. Now, Gladstone, she doesn't deliver, heated lines with vim and vigor. She doesn't she doesn't get crazy and do these like, wild uh method performances or anything like that. Her performance is quiet. It's subdued, but her body language, her facial expressions, they tell the story more than any words that could have ever been written for her. I mean, now she does have some very good dialogue. She has some poignant dialogue. Some scenes with her and Leo are absolutely beautiful to watch. But her ability to convey emotion and mood through her body language is what really attracted me to that character. As I'm watching the film, like I said, I love Leo's performance. He does great, but it's her interactions with his character and with other characters that really, really set the tone for the film. The movie is basically about the Osage people in Oklahoma in like the 1920s. They have they have the rights to their own land, but their land is rife with black gold, Texas tea, natural oil and gas. You know what I mean? Like they're dancing in the oil. They're rain dancing in the oil as it's shooting up out of the ground. I mean, they have it all. They are the richest tribe of Native Americans in America. And of course, the white man moves in, and since he can't take the land from them, he starts to marry into the tribe. And then after marrying into the tribe, they start, uh, committing murders to basically gain the oil and gas rights from these people by inheritance. I'm sorry, I shook my table. So they do this, by through inheritance. They're trying to kill off members of the family so they can get their oil rights. And I mean, this movie involves fraud. It involves, I mean, the creed is greed. You know what I mean? That's what they want. That's all they care about is that money and that oil. They don't care who they have to hurt to get it. And it's really a, like, I'm torn between calling this a modern western or a period piece crime drama, because it has elements of both. It has the western setting of Oklahoma in the 1920s. They're, just they're living, in the mud basically. There's small little pop-up town, little boom town that they're living in. So it rings true to having um it rings true to having a little western element, but it mainly focuses on the crime and fraud and the all the trials and tribulations that the white man's putting on the Osage people, trying to get their oil and gas from them through unscrupulous means. So that's one of the things that really that's what the film's about, and that's the main purpose of the film. But the way that it's presented is, I don't want to say linear. I guess it is linear. The way that it's presented is in a very kind of linear fashion. We have, Leo just comes home from the war. And, the thing is, I like Leo's character because he plays it, again, Leonardo DiCaprio, legendary actor. He plays this character Ernest, right? And the character Ernest, I think deep down, and this is what I love about it, the character's complex. But and that's another reason that it's 3 hours and 32 minutes, because it gives the film time to breathe. It gives the film time to expand and settle and tell a complete and satisfying story. I mean, because we see DiCaprio's character arc, we see Lily Gladstone's character arc, and the thing is, DiCaprio's character, he's not a smart man, but he's loyal. He loves his wife and he's loyal to his uncle, who is played by Robert De Niro. But when his uncle tells him to do stuff, he makes really, really poor decisions on how to carry out these orders, right? And he winds up getting himself into trouble when, if he would have just done things the right, like himself or with more reliable people, it might not have happened this way. You know what I'm saying? But I love the fact that his character, he's he's complex. He's not smart, but he's not stupid. He loves his wife, and we see his character arc where he starts out as this, he's just got home from, I think, World War I. He's looking for a job. Robert De Niro gives him a job as a taxi driver in his town, and we just see him kind of, evolve from this kind of podunk into someone who's trying to kind of get into the schemes of the ne'er do wells, to someone who just completely screws it all up and gets himself and others in trouble. And I love that. That's a believable, realistic character. It's a human character. You know what I mean? I love the humanization of DiCaprio. Same way with uh, sorry, De Niro's character. The guy, he has a great arc. He starts off as the kindly uncle, and then we see him become more and more sinister, all while maintaining this air of sincerity and compassion, even though he's not compassionate. He has his own agendas and things like that. Great performance. Again, Lily Gladstone outshines both of them. Her character is amazing. So another thing, the story, long, satisfying, complex even, but the length is what is, like I said, is what gives it time to develop into a real story, and it doesn't feel rushed. It feels like it was just the right amount of time to tell the story that they were trying to tell here. And I love that. I thought that was great. It wasn't overly long. I wasn't like, God, this could have ended 30, 45 minutes ago. It was just the right amount of time to tell just the right story in a satisfactory and complete way, basically. So Killers of the Flower Moon is going to get 4.5 out of 5 stars for me. I thought it was just, technically masterful. The performances were incredible. It's definitely worth your time. You should definitely check it out. Again, it's long, so if you're not big on sitting in the theater for 3.5 hours, probably wait for it on television or on a streaming service or something. But other than that, guys, you definitely need to check it out. Definitely. It's well worth your time. Um, and, as always, guys, like and subscribe for more videos from me. Click the bell for notifications. Hop over to Facebook. Join the Facebook group, Cinema Dolce. And then check me out on TikTok, Cinema Dolce 56 as well. So anyway, guys, I'm going to keep making them as long as you keep watching them. God bless. Have a great day. And I love you. Peace out.